Welcome everybody. This is the final of the tournament 1v1 number 8. There's a $100 prize pool available for this tournament. There's loads of in-game stuff as well. We're watching this live on Twitch, but this is also going to be on YouTube as well. So look out for that. Now, the final is going to be between PvtRyann and c0la. We are just waiting for them to queue up. This is going to be a best of 5 final. So we'll see where this lays, where this ends up, who's going to win. We don't know. Yes, PvtRyann, you can start. We're ready to go. As soon as you're ready, we are ready. Hopefully we'll have some good games. We're not sure who's going to play. Both players will have banned a master. I'm not sure currently which ones they have banned, but perhaps they can let us know of the bans that they have in place. Now, of course, you can ban a master that stops your opponent from playing that master, but you yourself can play that master unless it has been banned. Okay, Volko was banned by c0la, Apep was banned by PvtRyann. Okay, we're going to go into the first match here. Remember, this is a best of 5, first of 3. There are some rules, like no wild cards, just to make it a bit more interesting. Okay, so Apep was not banned by c0la, so PvtRyann has loaded in as the blue team, as Apep, the Snake God. c0la, red team, Ravager. We're going to see how this plays out. Now, they're both just feeling each other out. Okay, we've got a crossbow guild placed early on by c0la. And we have a future present by PvtRyann, I believe. His future present has given him, if we look down here, we can see he's got the Morgul Rages. They are cheap. Now we've got the push at the bottom. It's going to be dealt with. But now we've got the wolves. The Howling Moon reduces everything to 50% HP and gives you 2 wolves. We've got the Tranquil Monkey trying to take care of it, but the 2 wolves are too strong. And of course the wolves are a perfect tank to allow the crossbow guild to push behind it. Now the crossbow guild's going to get, at least the crossbow guys are going to get shut down. The longer the crossbow guild is out, the more mana efficient you'll get. Now perk 1 for Ravager is Brutus. Brutus has spawned and is accompanied by the Border Patrol at the top. Perk 1 is the free card for PvtRyann. It looks like his free card is the Slitherbound. Not a great card. Okay, so we try and, you see he spawned the Dragon Whelp at the top to take out the DPS, but the Fireball comes in and clears everything. It's not a Fireball, it's a Dragon Ball. Which means it has a whelp inside it. Now, that's a lot of damage. We've got a Beam of Doom coming in as well. They're still trying to take out the Brutus. But that's a huge amount of face damage. The Curse Bearer's out. The Brutus is going to go down. We've still got the Dragon Whelp. And blue team is down to 840 HP after that first push. c0la's taken just a scratch on his face. And now we have the twins. We've got the Incubus and the Succubus have been spawned to do even more damage here. Perk 2 hasn't arrived for Apep yet, so he doesn't have a shield. Okay. Looks like he's shut that down with minimal face damage. The Tranquil Monkey is going to heal. Remember, when he's not in combat, he'll heal. Now, we've got the last stand. 7 Legionnaires. And the Ritual has given him, looks like it's going to be, wait for it, there we go. It is Malshar. The Malshar shut down. Malshar, not, it's just basically an assassin, but if it gets a kill, it gives stealth to another friendly Voidborn minion. If you have the Voidborn minion, of course. Ritual is not banned. No, the only banned card is Spawn of Fury, I believe, in this tournament. Okay, so we're getting some damage done back, but nowhere near the sort of damage that Apep took at the start. But of course, Perk 2 has arrived for both teams, so Apep now has the Shield Totem, so he can prevent face damage going forward. Perk 2 for Ravager is the Feeding Frenzy, which, if you mouse over at the top here, you can see exactly what they are. So, his friendly minions that drop below 50% HP get haste, 50% movement speed, 50% attack speed. But that's more damage on face from PvtRyann. And of course, we've got the Beam of Doom come in! That's going to be GG. The Shield Totem has already been played. The cycle was not there to get the Shield Totem back. GG to c0la. That is game 1. That is game 1 out of this best of 5 series. Apep Usually banned, used by PvtRyann, but he took so much damage. So much damage in that first push. He just couldn't shut it down. The fireball came in with the dragon in it. The Dragon Ball, the activated Dragon Ball. And that caused so much damage. And then of course the beam, as soon as he's got the beam, there's going to be trouble. Now the beam can be neglected, removed, can be denied if you have the totem in your hand for perk 2, the shield totem, but once you've used it, there's no way you can stop that. And of course it does 300 damage every time. A lot of damage, and especially if it's going to hit face and units, it's getting huge value. So we're going to load into game 2 now. Game 2 of this best of 5 series. Looks like they've both stuck at least with the same masters, not necessarily the same decks. They might have tweaked it based on what they've played. Of course, you don't know if your opponent's going to keep the same deck or switch them. The other thing to take into account is the way that APEP plays. There's a huge level of randomness. You get your perk 1 and perk 3 free cards, which are random. Also, he's got the future present, which gives him a random card. So the cards that he can get can really change from one game to the next. It makes APEP really interesting to play because not two games are really ever alike. But it also makes it more difficult to master because not only do you need to understand the cards in your deck, you need to also understand all of the cards that you may get from your future present and from your perk 1 and perk 2. Okay, so he's got the Propeller Scrats from perk 1. It's a 0 cost card. He can use that to take the bridge at the top and start doing damage to the Brutus, which is perk 1 from Ravager. Now remember, in the first game he took huge damage from Brutus and the combined push. Now we need to be careful here because there is the chance of a Beam of Doom again. And the Beam of Doom doing face damage and taking out the defense can be very problematic. Okay, so bridges are blue, but the Soul Stealer in the middle, you see it's got a little number 6 above it. That means it's got 6 stacks. Every time it gets a kill, a killing blow, it does gain a stack, and the stack increases its attack speed up to a maximum of 10. When it gets up to 10, or even near 10, it is a machine. It mows everything down. Okay, so we've got some face damage here, but the Howling Moon reduces everything to 50% HP, even friendly minions, if they are about. And you get the 2 werewolves. Now, he cycled there to get the Propeller Scrats so he could spawn them on the bridge and grab the bridge as the walls went by. We've got the Undying Skeleton. Now he's going to use his Shield Totem to defend from any face damage. But the Shield Totem's soon to be under attack, by the Succubus at the bottom. We've got the ATG drone that comes out as well. The twins here are doing a lot of damage. Okay, he aggroed that nicely onto the monkey. Now the ATG drone, air-to-ground drone, only attacks ground units. But it attacks every ground unit within range. So it can get a lot of work done. But here we've got the Dragon Whelp to take that out. We've got the bridge grab from the Propeller Scrats. So if we look at the XP, XP is slightly in Blue's favour at the moment. Now, that's a Fireball, takes out a lot of units, but it doesn't do face damage because of the Shield Totem. Now, APEP tends to have, especially because of the free cards and the cheap cards, a very quick cycle that allows to get units out quickly, and it allows you to get round to the Shield Totem quickly as well. Now we've got the Blast Monster pushing behind the Tranquil Monkey. Tranquil Monkey, as we've seen earlier, will heal when it's not in combat. Okay, so that Wolf comes... The Legionnaire spawns from the Wolf Among Sheep card. And now we see the Tranquil Zhixiao healing. The Tranquil Monkey healing because he's not in combat. It's getting a huge heal. It's almost like a free unit. Okay, so now we've seen the Crossbow Guild shut down. Shutting that down is really mana efficient. And we've got face damage coming. But the Soul Stealer is going to clear this up eventually. The Howling Moon, again, reduces everything. Even friendly units to 50% HP. And now we have the 2 wolves on the face. APEP's perk 2 shield is reducing the damage at the moment to nothing. But it only lasts for so long. Okay, the Soul Stealer is taken out. But the twins again starting to do some damage. The Succubus is pretty low HP here. Hopefully it can die in one hit. Remember, the Succubus will jump back if it takes a melee hit and it's got enough health to survive the hit. Which can make it difficult to deal with only melee units. Okay, the Nether Bat spawned at the top to grab that bridge. You see, it spawns, it goes over the top, and it takes the bridge. Now we've got a Beam of Doom, On Face, and Blastmancer value. But Team Red is down to under 300 HP. We've got a GG well played from n0la. It's not over yet, but it's about to be. We've got the Wolf Among Sheep spawned on Face, but we've still got the Blastmancer doing huge damage. Okay, 135 HP. We've got Daggerfall in hand. He's 75 HP. That's GG. That's game 2 to PvtRyann. That is 1v. That is 1-1 in the series. They played the same decks, I think. They played the same masters. The result couldn't be more different. PvtRyann is leveled up the series 1-1. Best of 5, first of 3. If you are interested in tournament play, make sure you check out all the information available. Come to the BadAsAFish80's Twitch stream, join the Discord, check out the YouTube. The information is all there. If you want to find out wow. If you want to find out more about Team Mana Frenzy, go to Team Mana Frenzy on Twitch, or visit any of the Team Mana Frenzy streamers' channels. Now, so they stuck with the same masters game 1 and 2. Are they going to switch now? Are they going to change the decks? Are they going to change the masters? Remember, we've got some banned masters, so n0la can't play APEP. Volko cannot be played by PvtRyann. They can switch to another master and switch back if the number of games allows it. But of course, remember, no wildcards. So what you'll see is that the games in tournaments, because tournaments almost 100% of the time don't allow wildcards, because wildcards are kind of a bit cheap. So you'll see probably a lot more exciting matches in the tournaments. You won't see some of the stuff you see on ladder with wildcard abuse. So tournament play is a lot of fun. That's where you find the best players playing the best decks. We're loading into game 3 now,
Masters,
so it's 1-1.
Get ready.
PvtRyann has stuck with APEP.
Let's go!
Now n0la has switched to Volko. Remember, both these masters are banned, but for the other people. So they can play like this. But again, it's looking like a very similar deck. Okay, we've got the statue spawned at the bottom. Now, the living statue is a unit that only attacks buildings or taunted units, so it ignores minions. So that living statue is basically a walk-in tank. It will give you a chance to take the bridge. The Screaming Scratch trying to take out the shield of the aimbot. It doesn't. Okay, so see, the monkey spawned on the aimbot, but still we've got the march of the statue. The Curse Bearer is great for the statue. Remember, the Curse Bearer curses units close by, and a curse does 3% damage every second. So on small units, that's negligible, but on big units, that 3% is huge. Plus, you've got the damage that it's doing with its auto attack as well. So it can really take that statue down pretty quickly. A lot of the time you don't see the statue actually get into face and doing damage, but what it does, it gives you control of that lane. It takes a while to kill it and you can build up a push behind it. Okay, so the Blastmancer taking out the aimbot. It's going to take a little while to take it out, but of course when the Blastmancer does kill something, everything takes damage. Everything, including the master. Now, Volko is a kind of an interesting master because of his perk 1, Afterburner. You'll see the top bridge is marked by an icon representing Volko's default skin weapon. Now, when that bridge is held by Volko, every time he spawns a card, 60 damage to the opponent's face. Now you see a little trick at the bottom there. He tried to do it, he didn't quite pull it off. If you time that right, you can get the bridge and get the Dragon Whelp poisoned. He didn't quite get it right. Again, he's pulled the Dragon Whelp away, but he's lost the bridge. So the statue's got to face, it's doing damage. Now we've got a lot of stuff at the top that's taken out by the Daggerfall. That Whelp is still flying around. It did some work. He lost a lot of bridge experience by not quite being able to take it. See, he's going for it again at the bottom. There, he gets it that time. He took the bridge and managed to kill the world. That's exactly what you need to do. Okay, so we see the illusionary cleaver, just a bridge grab at the bottom. Now, PvtRyann's down to 1400 HP, which is troublesome against Volko, because Volko can inflict a lot of damage just through that perk 1. Perk 2 is available though for both players. Apep's perk 2 is the shield totem, as we've seen in previous games. Volko's perk 2 is to burn the bridges, which burns the bridges. It's quite self-explanatory. Now the statue's good because it keeps the bridge red, and it means he can spawn cards and do damage to face. Now what you might need to see PvtRyann doing is rotating that shield totem in to try to prevent the damage from the perk 1. Okay, bridge is red if there's a card spawn. Okay, bridge is blue. XP is slightly in blue's favour. Okay, the Screaming Scrat grabs the bridge at the bottom from the illusionary cleaver. Of course, it's not a real cleaver. It does a small amount of damage when it explodes. But it is great for bridge grabbing. You can sometimes use it to try to trick your opponent, but it doesn't seem like c0la's got a real cleaver. I don't know if we've seen one of those yet or not. But a real cleaver in a Volko deck can be very scary, because perk 3, every melee unit gets rage, does 50% more damage, which means a cleaver does 450 damage in a hit instead of the standard 300. But I don't know if we've seen that yet. Every melee unit gets that, including the flying Dragon World, which, although it's a flying unit, it is a melee unit, so it has to be close to attack. And consequently, it does get the rage bonus at perk 3. Now, perk 3, we've had a little bit of bridge control, and perk 3 has arrived. We've got an Undying Skeleton there, which has come from the future present. We've got another Undying Skeleton, which has come from perk 3. So you basically get 2 units for 1. Remember, they die and then they respawn one more time after 20 or 30 seconds. Now, red is taking damage on face, but they're both kind of low down on face damage. Okay, so now we get the shield totem out to try to prevent the damage. 230 HP, 170. This could be very close indeed. We've got the Beam of Doom. It's going to absolutely destroy everything on that bridge, apart from the Blast Monster. But still, you see PvtRyann's doing a great job at controlling that top bridge, preventing the Afterburner. Now he's lost it, he drops his shield totem so that any damage from perk 1 is negated. Okay, the burn the bridges will clear everything at the top, and he'll try to get it back with the statue. Okay, now the bridge is still, it's not controlled, it is neutral right now, so perk 1 isn't activated. But now, no, there's still skeletons on there, and he doesn't. He took that out quickly. That's game. That's game. The Daggerfall comes in. That's game to PvtRyann. We've seen three very different games, which is interesting considering the first 2 they were still playing the same masters and the same decks. Now that is game 3. That is 2 games to PvtRyann, 1 game to c0la. That was a good match. PvtRyann did a very good job at controlling that top bridge, and when he lost control of it, the Apep shield totem was down to prevent any damage, or as much damage as possible to his face. So now again, this is match point. PvtRyann is 1 game away from winning. c0la needs to win this to continue. We're going to see what happens. PvtRyann has played Apep for the entire game. It's looking... Yes, you get a lot up and then you get extra. Yes, the Undying Skeletons cause a lot of pressure because you spawn them, and then by the time you're spawning the next one, your first one is probably respawning. So you can get a lot of them. And if you've got 2 of them, that's very, very good. Now, I'm trying to keep up with Twitch chat as well, because we are live on Twitch watching this. We are going to put this on YouTube as well. So if you're not here now, you can watch it at your leisure. Okay, this is game 4. Game 4 between PvtRyann and c0la. It's currently 2-1.
The fight is
Okay,
on.
let's have a look what we've got. PvtRyann is stuck with APET. It's looking like not banning APET was a huge problem. A huge mistake by c0la. But he was scared of the Volko. So PvtRyann is sticking with APET. c0la has gone to Minion, which should see a very different game. Now, we've got Morgrel from the future present. A very good card. Can really hold things up. Rock Rivals. Okay, Rock Rivals has been spawned by c0la. Rock Rivals gives you a blue golem with Taunt, a cheap. But the first time you use it, it does give the opponent a living statue with Frenzy. But that's only the first time it happens. So the way you need to use it is use it the first time carefully, so that you can handle the skeleton, handle the statue, and then for the rest of the game, every time he spawns it, he gets a cheap blue golem with Taunt, and his opponent gets nothing. Okay, so the Minion perk 1 golem is available at the bottom there. But it's got the blue golem with Taunt, so everything is being forced to attack the blue golem, which is keeping the mana golem alive. Now, of course, the way Minion works is every time you use a spell as Minion, your golems get a stack increase. That's the number 2 you can see above the golem. Every time they get a stack increase, it increases their health by 40 and the damage by 6, if I remember correctly. Now, that stacks up to a maximum of 10. So a level 3 golem is not that scary, but the problem is that blue golem with the Taunt is preventing anything that spawned nearby from doing damage to it. Now the second golem is out. Second mana golem. Spawns at stack 0. Now remember, perk 3 for Minion is where Minion gets very strong. That's when her golems spawn with 5 stacks already. Okay, so he's taken the bridge back with the Screaming Scrap, but XP is in Minion's favour, health is in Minion's favour. But it looks like that golem's going to go down. Again, we've got the blue golem pushing at the top. Now the blue golem is a good tank, it's a very good DPS. The fact it has Taunt is excellent as well, but where it does struggle is against many units. Its single target DPS is huge, but dealing with swarms, it really does struggle. Okay, perk 2 is available for APET now, which means the shield totem is out, but the shield totem is played into aggro and goes down pretty quickly. It does prevent some damage, but not a huge amount. Perk 2 is, of course, available for c0la, Red, Minion, and that is the Arcane Missiles, which is another spell which can buff the mana golem further. Okay. Okay, so the blue golem spawns, taunts the curse, the blast marks are onto it. Now the fact the blue golem and the mana golem are separate is good, because it allows him to try to deal with it. He's used the black hole there. The black hole is an incredibly powerful card. Once you start understanding how it works, there's so many different things you can do with it. Now there, he black holed his golem, and he did it in such a way that the dragon whelp that was aggroed on it would miss the black hole and fly away. So the idea was to basically save the damage. So the black hole, very, very strong card. Normally you see it in Minion decks. You can control with it, you can prevent damage with it, you can re-aggro with it. So many different things. Okay, bridge is grabbed there. Okay, the Morgrel pushed the mana golem backwards into the range of APET that was able to take it. It wasn't aggroed by the blue golem because it was far away. Now the curse is still there, lingering from the curse bearer, doing a bit of work. Doesn't quite take the shield off. Okay, there we're seeing a black hole which may be used to just stall the attack so they can get some more to attack with it. Okay, the shield totem is available, but the heal from the clear skies comes in just as the blue golem was dying. Okay, now we've got the arcane missiles, takes out the totem, but everything was dead anyway. Now, XP wise, very, 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 very similar. Similar than we've seen for the rest of the match. Okay, now we've got to push at the top with a blue golem and a mana golem. Perk 3, you can see that mana golem has spawned as a ranked stack 5 golem. So it is strong. It is up to 6. It is up to 7. It's doing huge damage. The heal coming in just before it dies as well. If you played against Minion, you've experienced that so many times, and it does cause you to lose your sanity just a little bit every time it happens. But we've got a lot on face here. The blue golem is preventing a lot of face damage by taunting it, but to get it taken out, we've got 2 monkeys on face. We've got a big spawn here, a 7 stack mana golem, but the red HP is dropping super quickly, down to under 900 HP, down to under 800 HP. Blue is in the ascendancy here. We've got a big push coming at the top as well. Morgul pushes stuff back, and then the blue golem is here to taunt. But the blue golem's getting taken down very quickly. There's a heal, but it's taken out very quickly indeed. We've got a very strong golem at the bottom, but it's irrelevant. It's completely irrelevant because there's a huge amount of damage on the face of Minion, of Team Red. The black hole to try to just slow things down a little bit and allow him to get more units out. Okay, now the big golem is on face, but it doesn't matter because the shield's up. This is going to be GG here. That's game over. PvtRyann has won by 3 games to 1. He has won the $50 first prize. I believe he's also won the Morelia Dynasty skin, which is only available for tournament prizes. But that was a huge final game. c0la went for the Minion, but it just didn't work out. We saw APEP played constantly, which was probably a mistake by c0la for not banning APEP. But overall, a great tournament. Thanks to everybody that took part. As I say, we are live on Twitch, but this will be going on to YouTube. If you've enjoyed this content, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Give us a thumbs up on YouTube. Come to the Twitch stream. I'm live a lot of days during the week. Generally every day apart from Wednesday, from 9 AM Eastern till 6 PM Eastern. 9-hour streams. But thanks so much for hanging out, and I'll see you guys soon.